Welcome all friends, family, and the first years to the student-led clinic final presentation. We're going to start off with our land acknowledgement here at Lakeland College. We acknowledge that the land we gather on is the traditional homeland, hunting, and ceremonial gathering places for the First Nations, Métis, Inuit, the Plains Cree, Woodland Cree, Saulteaux, Blackfoot, Métis, Dene, and Nakota Sioux people. And they practice their culture and language on Treaty 6 and Métis Region 2 territories for generations and were the original caretakers of this land. Many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people call this land home today and have done so for millennia. We would like to acknowledge the history we have created together on this land and to be thankful for the opportunity to walk side by side in friendship, learning from our past and promoting positive relationships for the past, present, and future. I'd like to thank all the faculty and staff that have helped in prepping for this final presentation as well. I know a lot of work goes into that, so we appreciate the extra work and effort that our faculty and staff do for this. So we're first going to start off with Team Public Relation. They're going to present and we'll have a little bit of a break in between and I'll introduce the next team. So Team Public Relations.
And ensured our team had the guidance and motivation to reach their goals and their deadlines.
My name is attend executive meetings. I was also this year's team treasurer, which involved communicating with our administrative assistant Denise Martin in regards to income and expenses throughout the year.
At the beginning of this year, our team came together to create our mission, vision, and value statements. These allowed each committee to create their own goals and put forward towards the events that they wanted to host this year. Our mission, vision, and value allowed us to promote the veterinary industry as well as a human-animal bond. I feel as though our team created these goals and followed them very closely with all of our events.
Canine Love is an animal rescue and shelter service that we chose to fundraise for this year. We chose them because they are a non-government funded organization, as well as we work directly with them through Lakeland College.
Public relations consists of 4 subcommittees: program promotion, community outreach, industry connections, and social media. I'd like to welcome program promotion to the stage.
Good afternoon. My name is Abby Peterson. I'm from Black Falls, Alberta, and I'm the committee chair for program promotion. Our role this year was to promote the Animal Health Technology program through events and fundraisers. Our goals this year was to unite the first and second year animal health technology students, provide support to a non-government funded facility, and to be more open-minded about hosting new events and fundraisers. The first event we hosted this year was Big Buddy, Little Buddy. For this event, it was geared towards the first and second year animal health technology students to help build a bond, give the first years a face to recognize in the hallways, and to have any questions answered for the first years they may have within their courses. For this project, we had made a jigsaw puzzle and had incorporated anatomy questions into it to help the first years study for their midterm the following day. The next event we held was Big Buddy, Little Buddy 2. Because that turnout for the first one was so great, we thought it would be really good for this one as well. So the goal for this one was to help build on teamwork and communication between the first and second years, and also give the first years another source of communication. We had made a game of Man Tracker with a scavenger hunt incorporated into it, with the first year and second year tied together.
Our recommendation for holding future bake sales is to encourage participation within the team and have a location that creates that good revenue.
Hello, my name is Jaden Kreitzer, and I'm from Unity, Saskatchewan. On February 12th and 13th, Program Promotion held their Candygram Fund. Struggle with, however, was not knowing how much we would sell. Sometimes new events like this go well, and sometimes they don't. So one thing to combat this challenge would be to have extra supplies ready to go in case you need them.
Our team also hosted a study night event at the end of November to help students with their studies. We successfully prepared and promoted for this event by advertising posters and talking to classes in person. We intended this event to be for first and second year animal health technology students to study, ask questions, and create connections with each other. Our recommendation
Challenges this year. One of the new events we really wanted to host was puppy yoga. This event was going to help strengthen the human-animal bond and promote good stress relief within campus. Some of the challenges we did face with this is that we did not have enough time to plan it due to a shortened semester, and we had a late jump start to it. Also, we did struggle to find dogs from shelters that were old enough or had their full set of vaccines. We do recommend to start planning this event really early in advance in order for it to come to fruition.
Overall, our recommendations would be to manage your time and plan ahead. These go hand in hand with our main challenges, which were running out of time, lack of attendance, and finding dogs. These could be easily resolved by following our recommendations. I'd like to welcome to the stage Community Outreach.
Hi everyone, we are Community Outreach. My name is Courtney Reason. I'm from Slave Lake, Alberta, and I'm the committee chair. Our role is to build relationships within the public by hosting events. Our goal has been to strengthen the relationship with the public, to gain their trust, and to allow them the chance to see the true passion that we have for the profession and for all animals. Relationship between humans and animals. We promote this to give them the chance to see the benefits of it, such as social and emotional well-being, as well as stress relief.
Hi, my name is Abby Munt, and I am from Fort McMurray, Alberta. Our first event was Reading Buddies. For this, we traveled to St. Jerome School twice to interact with one of the grade 1 classes and brought 3 dogs for the students to read to. It was based off of the students' engagement and expression of the human-animal bond. Even though the students were too young to comprehend the true definition of our team's values, they were still capable of displaying their own version of the human-animal bond. For this event, we recommend a direct line of contact with the school to help to find teachers who have an interest in hosting you, as well as a direct line of communication to plan future events.
I'm Haley Block, and I'm from Herbert, Saskatchewan. We went to the local high school here in Vermilion to promote our program and educate the students on what a registered veterinary technologist is and the roles they play within a clinic. The one challenge that came up with this event was that it was not relevant to many of the students, as most of them had come from farms. In the future, we would recommend going to a larger high school and then offering it as a lunch and learn for the students that are interested and wanting to go into the program.
My name is Michaela Cole, and I am from Irvine, Alberta. Through our seniors' home visit, residents were able to reflect and share stories on past animals and animal experiences. We were able to see firsthand the effects of the human-animal bond through the enlightenment and the smiles of the residents. Some of the challenges that we had faced was the lack of awareness of our event. We had also brought in 2 younger dogs to our initial visit and found them to be very energetic due to their age. Some recommendations that we have for future teams is to request that the residents are made known of our event prior to. In our second event, we had the staff put our visit on the weekly schedule and found this had overall improved our attendance. We had also brought in 3 older and quieter dogs to our second visit and found that the residents were more drawn to and comfortable visiting with them. Through making these changes, our event had ran smoother and more efficient.
Hello, my name's Faith Viney, and I'm from Westlock, Alberta. Partaking in Lakeland College's info session was our last event. Successfully, we were able to create a booth dedicated to the HT program and personalized by the second years. This followed closely with our mission, vision, and values, as we were able to promote our program as well as allow outsiders to get an inside view. Our successes came from the foot traffic throughout the clinic, and our challenges came from the location as well as lack of SLC involvement. This means that we reached out to our fellow SLC teams in order to collect information for our booth, and we lacked involvement. In the future, we recommend holding this booth in the Mead building along with others and encouraging more SLC involvement.
Our greatest challenge we faced this year was our calendar project. The goal of this project was to promote veterinary medical related dates, such as World Rabies Day, and to add pet health facts. We really wanted to make this event work, however, we started planning too late in the year. We recommend starting planning right in September to get the calendar put together, printed, and sent out by January. I'd like to welcome Industry Connections.
We are Industry Connections. My name is Keely Becker. I'm from Tisdale, Saskatchewan, and I'm the committee chair. Our role in Team Public Relations is to promote connections between the animal health technology and veterinary medical assistant students to the veterinary medicine community through educational events. Our first goal this year was to branch out to other provinces for Industry Night. We had wanted to be diverse with our companies and clinics as we have students from all over. Reflecting, we had struggled with this goal despite our efforts due to the event date selected. Our second goal was to promote opportunities for our students through entertaining and educational lunch and learns. For this goal, we aim to make them as open to our students as possible, allowing them new connections and new open doors in the future in many different directions. Our final goal was to create connections to the veterinary industry outside of Lakeland College. In reviewing with all of our events, we were able to get all students involved, allowing them time and opportunity to create their own connections through the events that we had made available.
My name is Sydney Nattestead, and I am from Stettler, Alberta. We hosted 5 lunch and learns this year, these being Grey Wolf Animal Health on their nutraceutical products and a bit short on time. After this, we decided to book the room the hour before lunch, as well as with IT, to ensure we were ready to start at 12:30. We had went and talked to students 1 to 2 times, as well as sending out RSVPs. The RSVPs served as a reminder, as well as to get numbers for attendance. We recommend continuing to do these, as we believe they are the reasons our Lunch and Learns were successful.
Industry Night was held November 2nd. Our goal was to create connections. We invited a variety of clinics, including small animal, large animal, equine, and emergency, as well as many companies from nutraceutical to pet insurance. We believe our event was successful because we offered both virtual and in-person booths, as well as doing initial emails, follow-up emails, and calling, which we do recommend for the future. We also had hoped to reach outside of Alberta. We did have 2 booths from British Columbia, Saskatchewan, due to a veterinary conference being held the same week. With that, we do recommend looking into future events and conferences being held around the same time to avoid any overlap. We also recommend holding this event early on due to inclement weather and driving distances.
On March 12th, our committee hosted the first ever Lakeland College Canine Blood Drive with the help of the Canadian Animal Blood Bank. This event was extremely successful. We were able to gather 10 dogs to volunteer that met all of our requirements. Recommend to hold this event earlier on in the year to be able to have enough adequate time for planning and finding dogs. I would like to welcome to the stage social media.
My name is Anna McKeel, and I'm from Okotoks, Alberta. I'm the committee chair for Team PR Social Media. This year, our committee utilized not only Instagram, but Facebook as well to promote the Animal Health Technology program and bring awareness to the veterinary industry. We also worked outside of our SLC team and worked with Team Retail and Marketing social media and coordinated our posts. Our goals as a committee were to work diligently to provide information regarding the events that our teammates have put together. We also strived to advocate and promote the relationships between the veterinary community, the public, and our patients.
We had many adoptable cats and dogs that were volunteers. Collaborated with Lakeland College Marketing. We did this to create content for the Agricultural Sciences Facebook page, where our intention was to meet a new audience and showcase animal health technology students learning in action. We also collaborated with Team Clinic Organization. It was very important for Anna and I to bring all 3 teams together and work as one big team. Since Clinic Organization doesn't have a social media committee, we wanted to promote their roles and responsibilities on our Instagram page.
With the copious amount of events that other PR committees put together, Tara and I successfully made event posters to promote on social media and around the school. We also attended off and on-campus events to photograph and display the human-animal bond in action. Our general recommendations as a committee are to continue collaborating with Lakeland Marketing as well as with other SLC teams. We also recommend having good time management, as this is something we found very crucial to have. This involves having all of the information for the events, such as the date, the time, and who is invited, which leads to our third point, communication. Communication was not only huge for Tara and I, but also within our team, as well as with all other SLC teams. Having this communication made our SLC experience significantly easier, and we saw a huge improvement as a team. I would like to call back our treasurer.
This year, we held many fundraising events. Our first event was a bake sale that raised $200.80. Next, we had Industry Night that raised a total of $559.75. Our third event was Candygrams that raised a total of $214, and our last event was another bake sale that raised $120.65. I would like to personally thank Team PR, specifically Program Promotion, for donating their own personal expenses towards the Candygrams and bake sales. With that, our total net income this year is $1,095.20. All proceeds are going towards purchasing kibble and toys through the Animal Health Clinic to donate to Canine Love. I'd like to welcome back our team lead.
An overall look at our team shows our strengths and weaknesses. Something that we succeeded in was the multitude of different events that our team hosted. However, something that we struggled with was both our follow-through and communication. We struggled internally as a team, with the public, as well as with other teams, to give enough heads up to plan events properly. We struggled to both give and get enough information to both promote and attend events. However, something that our events gave us the opportunity to do was promote and practice our industry as well as our professional communication skills. Our team was in contact with the public on a regular basis, which gave them the opportunity to practice, tweak, and perfect their communication skills as well as time management. Something that did seem to threaten us was, in fact, time. Unfortunately, due to the shortened semester that we are a part of, some of our events did not go through. This was due to time. Throughout the year, we did manage to work on our time management and talk together better as a team to come together to fix this problem. I would now like to welcome my entire team back to the stage.
And lastly, we would like to thank our advisor. Please stand up.
Stand up.
Yeah. We would like to thank our advisor, Hannah Poulin, who is our vet in our program. And we'd like to thank you for your support and your guidance. And this year wouldn't be the same without you. And we can't wait to journal our new careers as registered veterinary technologists.
I would now like to open the floor up for any questions.
Questions? Sarah?
Okay, my question is, within your team, did you guys have any disagreements or conflicts, and how did you resolve them?
So the question was if we had any disagreements or conflicts. We did. They weren't huge, but we did. Near the beginning of the year, throughout all of our events, with everything that was going on, we just kind of assumed, which was wrong of us, we assumed that some people had all the information they needed and things weren't getting put out on time, and that was just a communication error through all of us. Yep. Once we came together as a team and said, why is this happening? What are we doing? How can we all help this? We did a little bit better and fixed that problem.
Through communication. Yes. Wants to take that one?
I can go for it. So the question was, how did we decide what events to put on and like what to move forward with and what to potentially leave in for next year? So we decided based on, there were a few events that we really liked that last year's Team PR did host, so we went forward with that. And then we made it a goal for ourselves to what is going to set us apart from last year's team, which is why we did the Candygrams and the blood drive. And then we had tried to do puppy yoga and stuff, and unfortunately we did realize like we were in the planning stages of it happening, and with that we realized we may not have enough time. So it's better to put all of our efforts into less events than trying to make multiple events not work as smoothly. That's a great question.
Let's answer that.
Yeah?
Keely?
I feel like this had influence, especially me. Before, I didn't really have the experience of communicating with emails and writing professional emails and just follow-up phone calls and phone calls in general. And I feel like we've tweaked that and worked on that so much, and it's been a skill that we've had to utilize a ton in order to put on any of our events. So I feel like going on as a technician that is such a skill to have, a really important skill for a technician to have, to be able to professionally communicate.
I would also like to add to that. In our field, we do work a lot with clients, so being able to expand your professional, like talking, professional emails, communicating, event planning, how do I get information out in order to make things successful is a very beneficial thing, especially when we may not have classes that do offer, how do I write this, how do I word this, how do I present? It is very beneficial in not just our careers, but as personal growth as well.
I'm going to add to it as well. We also communicated with a lot of people in the veterinary industry. So building those connections before we're even graduated, I think is very important and crucial. So, yeah.
We're so sorry. Yes, it is. I also saw it more as like, it taught us a lot about teamwork. Like you heard, we had our issues, but we talked it through. We held each other's hands.
Cried
a little. But it really just helped us all to like get to know each other, because I didn't know any of these people. I knew 2 in my group. So I'm really glad that I was in this group and got to be friends with all these wonderful women.
Yeah. Any other questions?
One more. So with having those connections that you guys had, did you guys have any like job opportunities because of having those connections and contacting them?
That is a great question.
Yeah, so the question was, if with all these new connections, did any of us get job opportunities from that? Personally, I did not. There was an opportunity for sure. A lot of the clinics that we brought in for Industry Night and such were hiring and looking for RVTs in the future. So that definitely gave everybody here on our team, as well as the other teams and anybody who else attended, a step up and gave them that connection, that if they were looking for something specific that clinic was offering, they had that. They had that way of communicating with them and saying, hey, I saw you at the Industry Night. Hey, your booth was here. It just gave you something to be able to talk to them about and say, hey, I really liked what your clinic has and you offered here. Is that something I can be a part of later on? It just gave everybody an opportunity to have it as well. Some people took it. There's a couple girls in our class actually that are doing practicum and have jobs at some of the places that we brought up for Industry Night. So that was super cool.
We may not use these connections right now either, but being able to have contact information for when you do get out into the world is a great thing. And being able to go to your own personal clinics and, hey, I have this connection, or I know this person, is a really great opportunity to be able to bring things in and just expand your work-life knowledge.
Thank you, Team PR. That was awesome. So we'll let you exit the stage. You can breathe now. And I'll invite Team Retail and Marketing up to get ready for their presentation.
Good afternoon, fellow students, faculty, and guests. My name is Shayla Freed, and I am going to Souris Valley Veterinary Services in Carnduff, Saskatchewan for my practicum. I was this year's team lead for Team Retail. As lead, I create agendas, run weekly meetings, as well as act as the main point of contact between our team, other SLC teams, and our faculty advisor, Elaine. Along with myself, there are 3 others that make up the executive panel.
My name is Abigail Modine, and I will be going to Bonnyville Veterinary Clinic for my practicum. I was this year's associate lead for Team Retail. My roles include helping Shayla through delegated tasks, communicating between subcommittees, and motivating team members.
My name is Alison Stang. I'm going to Foothills Animal Hospital in Okotoks, Alberta. I was this year's treasurer for the Team Retail. I made weekly reports on sales, revenue, as well as the projects that contributed to the store's success.
My name is Danielle Varga, and I'm going to FenVet in Airdrie, Alberta for my practicum, and I was this year's secretary. My duties included assisting Shayla with making the weekly agendas, as well as taking minutes during these meetings.
Our team is also composed of these 4 subcommittees, each of which has a committee chair and 3 or 4 other members. As a team, we met and came up with the following mission, vision, value statements that we stood behind this year. We wanted to be known for increasing clientele into the store by creating a welcoming environment where we could not only promote the products we sell, but also educate owners on the importance of the human-animal bond. We did this through effective team communication, offering a wide variety of products, as well as reaching out to other programs across the Lakeland College community. This regarded events we held, surveys, and special inventory we brought in.
Some things we do on a daily basis are work store shifts. We do this as an entire team, alternating who we work with each time. We also organize inventory and choose products we think will appeal to the Lakeland College community. We promote our store and provide education about our products. And finally, we bring in new vendors, forming new relationships with small businesses, which help increase our professional communication skills.
As a team, we created our SWOT analysis. This represents our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. For our first strength, we picked problem solving. We are able to do this through communication and coming up with solutions to deal with any of the challenges that we were faced with. Next would be team perseverance. Throughout the year, we were faced with many challenges, but we were able to persevere through effective communication and maintaining optimism. Lastly, our team was able to maintain creativity throughout the year. We constantly had ideas to implement, as well as coming up with ways to deal with any issues that crossed our path.
Our weaknesses included lack of tangible resources. As a team, we felt that we went through a lot of unprecedented experiences, leading us to have little resources from past years. Our second weakness was market availability. With us only being able to target Lakeland College students on campus, this led us to have a lower foot traffic than we originally hoped. Lastly, maintaining communication. Our team felt that there was a breakdown between the subcommittees after our weekly meetings, because we all know a lot can happen in a week.
We were also presented with many new opportunities this year. We were able to form and continue relationships with vendors. We also gained real-world experience running a store. And finally, we work on computer programs, more specifically Avamark, where we opened up our store shifts to our fellow classmates to allow them the opportunity to learn these programs and also provide us with a teaching opportunity.
Our team also experienced many threats throughout this past year. Our first one being competition. This was with other pet-directed businesses around town, leaving us with a limited customer base. Secondly is unawareness. A lot of people don't know what we do, who we are, or that we even have a retail store here on campus. Lastly is responsibility. Our team had some internal challenges getting the correct paperwork where it needed to go to, leaving us with the threat that our store possibly might close. As we've explained how these strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats affected our team as a whole, you'll see how they also play a role within each individual subcommittee. I will now have new initiatives join me on stage.
My name is April Myers-Huffs, and I was this year's committee chair of new initiatives. I will be staying in Alberta for my practicum.
My name is Ellie Beamish, and I will be going to Dawson Creek Veterinary Services for my practicum.
I am Alexis Lowe's, and I will be going to Swan Valley Veterinary Services for my practicum.
I'm Kale McMillan, and I'll be going to Piper Creek Veterinary Clinic for my practicum.
As a subcommittee, our main intention was to reiterate our team's mission, vision, value statements through what we do. With every project, we wanted to see an increase in clientele, especially those outside of the animal health technology program. We brought in products from vendors that we thought would appeal to all programs across the Lakeland College community to promote product education as well as the significance of the human-animal bond.
In new initiatives, we research and create relationships with small businesses to bring in new products. Our main goals include product education and enhancing the human-animal bond. We also work with other subcommittees to promote the products that we bring in, and we take customer demand into account for ordering those products.
Be Handmade Designs is a local vendor to the Vermilion area that partners with Team Retail. During first semester, we wanted to represent more of her products in our store, so we ordered stickers and keychains. For our second semester project, we partnered with her to do a custom tumbler order. We were very successful at this as we sold 20 tumblers compared to 13 last year. We were impressed with this as we only had a 1-week ordering window as well as a 1-week window for payment. We recommend having a large variety of design options as this will increase your demand and sales.
This year we had the pleasure of bringing in a brand new vendor into our retail store. Sorrel Creek Designs is a small business local to southern Alberta. They specialize in making homemade headbands and equine tail bags. This year we brought in 47 headbands and 17 equine tail bags. We wanted to bring in these items to the store to enhance the relationship with our customers and broaden our clientele. Both of these products were very well received in the store, but the headbands did outstandingly well.
As a team, we worked well together, sharing ideas and had good communication. Some challenges we had regarding our roles were finding vendors within the timeline we had. Most of our vendors we were left with from previous years have since gone out of business, which led us to have to contact many new ones and getting very few replies. Along with finding our vendors, we had a trouble keeping our shelves stocked with popular patterns and designs. We also wanted to attract a variety of markets. We did not get the results we were looking for with this, as majority of our customers were animal health technology students. We also found working within tight timelines was a struggle, but however, we met all of our deadlines effectively. I would now like to welcome Animal Health Advocacy to the stage.
Hi, my name is Kiana Semenk. I was the chair of the Animal Health Advocacy Committee this year, and I'll be doing my practicum at the Animal Care Center of Strathmore.
My name is Sarah Glover, and I will be doing my practicum in Nipawin, Manitoba.
I'm Kaylee Lucian, and I will be doing my practicum at Pulse Specialist and Emergency in Sherwood Park, Alberta.
My name is Caitlin Davidson, and I will be doing my practicum in Stettler, Alberta.
Our committee roles include researching and promoting animal health. This included researching nationally celebrated animal health topics and bringing in specific inventory to our store to help promote. Secondly, we organized and promoted apparel. We made a custom order for all AHTs and VMAs. We will go into this more in depth on the next slide. We took educational PowerPoints and posters. We took our said topics and we turned them into easy to read PowerPoints and posters to be circulated throughout campus. Lastly, we worked with other committees, not only in our own team, but with other teams to promote our animal health topics and our apparel on various forms of social media.
This year we had a few different projects going on. In first semester, we created our custom apparel order. We started by sending a survey out to the various classes, which allowed them to decide the kind of apparel that we brought in. We took the top 3 options off of the survey and based our order around that. We placed it through Barnyard Creations at Rural Roots here in town. This order went out to the first and second year AHTs, the VMAs, as well as the blended program students. To go along with that, we also redesigned the logo so it better reflected the program. In the month of October, we created posters and a PowerPoint to promote RVT month. These outline the importance of RVTs within the industry, as well as the various hats that an RVT wears on a daily basis. In second semester, we created a scrub jacket order. This order was placed through Scrubs R Us in Lloydminster, and again went out to the first and second year AHTs, the VMAs, and the blended program students. In the month of February, we created posters and a PowerPoint to promote Dental Month. These outline the importance of dental care for our pets, as well as the different levels of home care.
Both of our apparel orders did very well, and the posters and PowerPoints gave us an amazing outlet to promote various aspects of veterinary medicine.
Some of the challenges that we encountered this year include communication. Due to many different personalities and different communication styles. We also found that we had a lack of resources in our team retail manual, as well as there was a lot of crossover in other SLC teams as well as other SLC committees. Lastly, we also found that there was a lot of setbacks within our committee.
During our time in SLC, we found that moving forward from our setbacks was easiest when we worked together as a team. If we had any timeline issues, we made sure to keep communication open with our vendor, and we also changed the way that we advocated by using products in our store to promote what we had on our shelves. We also found that we had limited resources in our team retail manual, so we chose a local vendor for our apparel and made recommendations for future students on all aspects of our committee.
Through our SLC journey, our subcommittees learned many lessons. As mentioned before, our team had strong opinions, leading to a break in communication. However, once this issue was addressed, we acknowledged that communication is the foundation of a team and did our best to salvage the team's trust and move forward. Other than that, our team strived to make sure our projects were done in a timely manner and that each member did their part to ensure success. These are all lessons that we can utilize in the future. I will now welcome strategic planning to the stage.
Hello, I'm Hannah Jackson, and I will be going to Alberta Veterinary Center in Red Deer, Alberta for my practicum, and I was this year's committee chair.
Hi, my name is Brooke Bazzilo, and I will be completing my practicum at Westlock Veterinary Center.
I'm Sophie Lingagno, and I'll be doing my practicum at Magnolia Veterinary Services in Bonnyville, Alberta.
My name is Vienna Arsenault, and I'll be attending Williams Lake Veterinary Hospital for my practicum.
We are in charge of managing the flow of inventory in and out of the retail store. This involves counting current stock, ordering new products, and taking in special orders. We work closely with the other committees on Team Retail to complete store shifts and promote our products effectively through posters and videos. As a committee, our goal this year was to increase and diversify our customer base by bringing in a wide variety of products. We were able to achieve this through effective communication, both within our committee and through our team as a whole.
When walking into the retail store at the clinic, our large selection of inventory immediately acquired the attention of our customers. We worked vigorously throughout both semesters to provide both staff and students with new and exciting items. By sending out a survey at the beginning of semester 1 to all agriculture science students here at Lakeland College, we were able to get a better understanding of products to bring in, which made it easier for us when ordering from WDDC. When orders arrived, it was our subcommittee's responsibility to enter these products properly into Avamark and display them appropriately on our shelves. At the end of each semester, it was also our subcommittee's responsibility to do a final inventory count. This was to ensure that our Avamark records matched our physical stock. We made this easier by maintaining an ongoing inventory list, which will be available to future committee members.
With the intention of providing clients with an influx of products, as a team, we implemented special orders. This allowed us to coordinate with staff and student interests to bring in new customers, furthering our engagement with the college community. Working with the social media subcommittee, we advertised our new sales strategy through posters and videos on Instagram. Orders could be placed throughout the week, and the final list was sent to WDDC every Monday. As a subcommittee, we were in charge of receiving the orders and contacting clients upon arrival. This allowed us to strengthen both our communication and organization skills by creating a system for the whole team to follow.
The goal of revamping our store sign was to attract and welcome customers as well as spread awareness to our store. At the beginning of the year, it was brought to our attention that a lot of people didn't notice our sign and some didn't know we had a store at all. The sign was plain black and white and one-sided. This drove our decision to make that sign more eye-catching. We added Lakeland College colors as well as fun animal-themed graphics. Immediately after the sign was completed, peers began noticing it and coming in to check out our store. To take this project further, we decided to seasonally decorate the sign in hopes of grabbing the attention of potential new customers. Our committee really enjoyed doing this project as it helped us strengthen our team working abilities as well as form a stronger bond with one another.
Our team goal was to strengthen and promote the human-animal bond, and for that reason, we decided to make a giveaway basket that would not only intrigue the pet owner, but as well as the pet. It was an opportunity to intrigue students to visit our retail store by winning a gift in recognition of purchasing a can of food to be donated to Bonnyville SPCA. We chose to donate to them as they provide patients for our Surgery Labs to further our education. Our basket included puppy training supplies and Lakeland College merchandise in hopes of gaining attention from multiple individuals. We achieved our goal of selling 48 cans, but we were hoping for more entries from different programs than on campus than mainly AHT program. It was a great chance for our committee to work together. It was a great chance for our committee to work together and show appreciation for those that support us. I will now welcome social media to the stage.
Good afternoon, my name is Britton Serink, and I was the Social Media Committee Chair, and I will be doing my practicum at Fort Saskatchewan Veterinary Clinic.
My name is Tiara Pirog, and I'll be doing my practicum at Wetaskiwin Veterinary Hospital.
I'm Sierra Mitchell, and I'll be doing my practicum at Stone Ridge Veterinary Clinic in Clyde, Alberta.
Our goal this year as a committee was to engage potential clients by creating educational and entertaining posts throughout different social media platforms. This was done by various projects, that being promoting our retail store. This was done by advertising our hours, promotions, and spotlight products, as well as engaging future and potential clients and creating entertaining posts. Finally, we educated our Lakeland College community about different products we have to offer.
As a team, we had prepared and organized for what challenges had appeared in front of us throughout the year. In the beginning, we were initially unsure what we were wanting to post. So as a committee, we had researched ideas through several social media platforms on Instagram and Facebook to come up with ideas that were interesting to the viewers. With finding what we had wanted to post, it left us with limited platforms to post on. We had started with TikTok, and soon after our rise, the app had become banned across campus, which resulted in us only having 2 platforms, Instagram and Facebook, to post on. So as a committee, we had set up meetings with the marketing department with the college to help us with content making. With having these 2 limited platforms, it resulted in us sharing the Instagram page with the public relations social media committee. We had communicated through several meetings through the week to come up with a posting schedule. Despite these challenges, we had overcome and persevered through the rest of the year.
Throughout our first semester, we had a variety of accomplishments, such as our Meet the Team post, where we created a post to bring recognition to SLC and our committee. Next, we have the Spotlight product videos, which included creating a video with each subcommittee every other week. We also collaborated with PR to create content. For example, the Ed Lab Tech interview video. Then as a team, we decided to purchase microphones to increase the quality of our videos. In addition, while we still had access to TikTok, we were able to increase our views and expand our social media presence. Finally, to involve students and bring awareness to our social media page, we invited students to share a holiday-themed photo of their pet. We then put the photos together to create the cutest happy holiday post.
For our second semester, we wanted to increase our social media presence and expand our audience. We initially wanted to have our own Facebook account, but when we met with the marketing team of Lakeland College, we decided that we would just post on the agricultural page. They already had the audience we wanted to connect to anyways. We also collaborated with Tara Iben, where she gave us tips and tricks on how to increase the quality of our posts. We also collaborated with PR Social Media Committee to ensure that our Instagram was visually appealing by using a color scheme for all our posts. We aim to measure the success by comparing the different likes and shares of each post. This goal represented our mission, vision, values because we wanted to increase our social media presence as well as diversify our audience through different communities, especially the agricultural industry. By working with marketing, we believe we achieved that goal.
To measure our success throughout the year, we compiled a list of our top posts. The first one being our Happy Holidays post, then our store reopening post, which was posted once we got back from our winter holiday. Finally was our interview with our Ed Lab Techs. We interviewed our Ed Lab Techs and HT students about different topics within our industry.
Now I'll move on to my treasure report. For the treasury report, I decided to divide it into semesters. The information on the slide include our sales, revenue, as well as the expenses generated by bringing products into the store. For our first semester, we generated net revenue of around $1,300. With second semester, we also generated about $1,300. Throughout the year, our team completed many projects that contributed to the success of the store. The major contribution for semester 1 was the apparel order, organized by the Animal Advocacy Committee, followed by special orders and new initiative Sorrel Creek order of headbands. The major contribution for semester 2 was the scrub jacket order, again organized by the Animal Advocacy Committee, followed by new initiatives tumbler order and additional Sorrel Creek order of headbands and tail bags. Now I will ask the rest of the executive panel to come on stage to talk about the recommendations we have for next year's team.
Our first recommendation is to support your team. We found this very important as with many decisions made, no matter what is said inside or outside of meetings, this increases team trust as well as coherence.
Our second recommendation is to determine main points of contact. We suggest you choose your committee chairs early and figure out what platforms work best for communication. We also suggest you choose a student from the blended program to keep in contact with.
Our third recommendation is to coordinate duties. This involves going over what each subcommittee tasks are, as well as talking with the other SLC teams to keep communication open to ensure boundaries are not crossed.
Another recommendation we have is adding new vendors early. We recommend researching and picking the vendors you want to collaborate with to ensure that you have enough time for communication and response from vendors. This also allows projects to be completed in an efficient timeline.
Our fifth recommendation is to increase involvement. As a team, we implemented pop-up shops in front of the cafeteria. Here, we gained more engagement from students outside of our program.
Our last recommendation for next year's team is to use the retail manual to your advantage. We felt we were passed down very limited documents from last year's team, so we redid and reorganized the manual in hopes of having the future team utilize it. I will now have the rest of Team Retail join me on stage. Before we go on to questions, we would just like to say a big thank you to our faculty advisor, Elaine Sotheby, for all she's done this past year. She constantly supported us through everything and made us creative think no matter what we went through. We would now like to open the floor to any questions from the audience. Yeah. The question was, would we change our store hours to bring in different campus students?
So in our first semester, we were limited by our classes and when we could be open. Our second semester, though, we were a little bit more free and had more open time, so we did accommodate. Many labs finished around 4:30 p.m., so we opened or stayed open, I guess, until 5 p.m. just to allow those students. We also were open during lunch, so other programs could come in at any time.
Yeah. So the question was, did we have advertising around campus and on the website to promote our store hours?
Yeah, so we don't really have anything on the website to promote us, but we had posters absolutely everywhere around campus, every door, every window, every end of a hallway, and on the TVs in the Mead building, and I think in Alumni Hall. We had a lot of posters and stuff too around there.
We also had hours on our store website as well as our Instagram and Facebook too as well.
I will also add to that. We also went to many of the classes, so when we had tail bags, we targeted many of the equine students, and then with our apparel, we'd go to those classrooms. So if there was a product that we brought in that we thought would appeal to other programs, we definitely went in and talked to those classes about them.
Yep. The question was, since the Pet Value in Town opened, did we notice a decrease in customers? Personally, I don't think we did, just as we only kind of target the Lakeland College community. So I think on a daily basis, we kind of had the same number of customers come into our store that we provided every day.
Question over here. So the question was, what was our biggest team struggle and how did we combat it this year?
Our biggest team combat would probably be communication within the different subcommittees. We talk during our weekly meetings on Mondays, but throughout the week we all kind of just go off and do our own thing, and we're really only bringing our points back for those meetings. So I feel like that would probably be our biggest challenge, just the communication, like Danielle said, throughout the week.
So the other follow-up question, I guess, was how did we, I guess, combat those problems?
So we recognized this problem pretty early on, and even in our first semester, we noticed kind of the breakdown. And so we just tried to really promote putting on Teams, as it's a platform that we can all access very easily. And if it's on Teams, then it's posted, it's there forever, so you can go back and look at what each of the different subcommittees were doing, and just trying to really like promote talking through the Teams app, I would say.
We also, if there was a little bit of a struggle and we couldn't get through it together, Shayla or I would go into a meeting, a subcommittee meeting, and then we're just kind of like a mediator. We don't know what's going on, so we kind of just put a fresh pair of eyes on it.
Also, throughout the year, as we got to know one another and we had our team bonding, I think we really got to discover everyone I don't know how to explain that. I shouldn't have took the mic.
I think what Allison was trying to say is that getting to know each other really helped too, because when we come into this, I mean, first years, you guys probably understand this, we're all very new, we're in a very new role, we don't really know what we're doing, we're all very scared. So going through and getting that team bonding, starting to form those connections within our team really helped second semester, and if you have a problem, come talk to me. That kind of situation.
That's what I meant.
Yes. Oh, the question was, what was our biggest accomplishment as a team this year? Does anyone want to answer that?
So the question was, what was our biggest accomplishment as a team this year? So speaking on behalf of my team, I would have to say the different amount of projects that each team had brought in, but how we all contributed to them. I know strategic planning, we did our giveaway basket, but every member of our team contributed with it when we did store hours. They were promoting these cans. Every time someone walked in, we were always pushing on it, hey guys, support the SPCA, really pushing it. So I would have to say a big accomplishment was just how we all had different projects, but we all still helped with each project.
Great job, Team Retail. I'll invite Team CO or Clinic Organization up to the stage for their presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Student-Led Clinic Team Clinic Organization 2023-24 final presentation. My name is Maya French. I'm from Edmonton, Alberta, and I'll be completing my practicum at Columbia Valley Vet Clinic in Canal Flats, BC. This year, I was honored to be chosen as team lead for Team CO. Some of my weekly duties included leading the weekly meetings, overseeing ideas brought forth by all of our subcommittees, collaborating with other team leads and participating in biweekly meetings, as well as working with all teammates, students, and faculty towards bringing our mission, vision, value statement to life. Today, we'll be taking you through some of our accomplishments throughout the year and some recommendations that we have for future members of Team CO.
My name is Madeline Christensen. I'm from Latman, Saskatchewan, and I'll be doing my practicum at Rimbey Veterinary Services in Rimbey, Alberta. This year, I had the pleasure of being the associate team lead for Team CO, as well as being on the clinic duty committee. As associate team lead, my duties included helping our executive make our weekly meeting agendas, assisting Maya in running our meetings, and stepping in if she was unable to attend. I also took on the role this year of doing some behind-the-scenes work, such as planning our team bonding events we held throughout the year.
Hi, my name is Sheridan Griffith, and I'm from Esterhazy, Saskatchewan, and I will be completing my practicum at Delaney Veterinary Services in Sherwood Park, Alberta. This year, I had the pleasure of being the Team CO secretary, as well as being a part of the Kennel Care Committee. My duties as secretary mainly consist of taking weekly meeting minutes, as well as assisting the executive positions where needed, and attending team lead meetings on rotation. I would also like to introduce our wonderful faculty advisor, Melissa Hall, who is an outstanding RVT who has supported us through our student-led clinic journey this year. What is Team CO? Team CO is a team of passionate and driven animal health technology students who work with the Ed Lab techs and instructors to comprise a large portion of our student-led veterinary clinic. Within Team CO, there's 4 subcommittees: clinic duty, horse care, kennel care, and supply management. We asked each of these committees to bring forth ideas to help us form the following statement. Team CO is one of the first points of success with the learning of individuals, as without the high-functioning and biosecure clinic, the vigor and triumph of the horses and well-cared-for patients, we would not be able to create and influence the next generation of skilled veterinary professionals. We feel as a team that this statement represents our mission, vision, and values.
As a team, we came up with our mission, vision, value statement. Our mission was to work as a team of young, passionate student AHTs to ensure the safety of our patients, owners, and staff while learning the importance of biosecurity, patient care, and overall clinic organization. Our vision was to keep our patients as happy and healthy as possible while obtaining hands-on skills that we can transfer into our future careers, all while leaving a lasting impact for future AHT students. The values we tried to uphold this year included communication, teamwork, quality care, leadership, and respect. As a team, we felt we excelled in our strengths. Our biggest strength we had was our communication, whether this be between our team, our committees, or between other staff within the school. We felt that this allowed us to have really good teamwork as we helped keep each other accountable in our weekly meetings and offered support when it was needed. We also felt we excelled when we were proposing and implementing new ideas, which allowed us to create more opportunities for other students to gain hands-on experience and skills within the clinic. With our strengths do come some weaknesses, which our biggest one we felt we had was our collaboration with other SLC teams, whether this be on projects in general or having them more involved within Team CO. Another weakness we felt we had this year was our communication between our students and our supervisors during kennel care, horse care, and clinic duty shifts. This led to students coming unprepared and things getting missed during their shift.
Team CO was presented many amazing opportunities this year, the first being endless, insane, in-clinic hands-on experience. The second being we were able to provide the first years in VMAs with extra information to aid in their success. We gained incredible confidence in our skills. We learned about leadership and its roles within the clinic, as well as we learned how to think on our feet and act accordingly. We did also face some threats this year. The first being cooperation, whether from internal or external sources. We deal with quick turnaround times due to the schedules. We make all of your horse care, kennel care, clinic duty schedules. So that leads to some time management issues and spreading ourselves a little too thin sometimes. Now, without further ado, I'd like to welcome to the stage our first subcommittee, Kennel Care.
I'm Kennedy Domney. I'm from Dalmany, Saskatchewan, and I'm doing my practicum at Corman Park Veterinary Services in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
I'm Kaylin Fisk. I'm from Lloydminster, Saskatchewan, and I'm doing my practicum at All West Animal Hospital in Saskatoon.
My name is Alexa Davis. I'm from Elkford, British Columbia, and I'll be doing my practicum at Bellevue Veterinary Services in Crow's Nest Pass of Alberta.
I'm Haley Bruins. I'm from Tees, Alberta, and I will be doing my practicum at Lakeland Veterinary Center in Lacombe, Alberta.
I'm Sadie Sorensen. I'm from Black Falls, Alberta, and I'll be doing my practicum at Lomesness Veterinary Hospital in Red Deer, Alberta, and I'm the chair of Kennel Care. The Kennel Care Committee is responsible for preparing and caring for animals that come into the clinic, with our golden rule of maintaining a high standard of animal care. One of the most important times is during surgery lab weeks. We coordinated a kennel care schedule for our class. During supervision, we ensured animals receive pre- and post-operative care, exercise and enrichment, and maintain a clean and hygienic environment. We spoke with pet owners on intake, going over paperwork and signing consent forms, and again at discharge, explaining any at-home care required. We worked with the patient filing system by organizing paper files and entering information onto Avamark. And in this semester, we mentored first-year AHT students during their first few weeks of kennel care.
Our biggest project this year was to create a crash course video for all AHT students breaking down how to navigate kennel care. This was a very large accomplishment of ours as it has been attempted and uncompleted for the past 2 years. We also edited the Bible that was handed down to us by taking away any information that was no longer applicable, making the existing information more specific, and adding new information for future students. Another one of our goals was to create a kennel care scheduling template for the future kennel care committee team. This was a goal of ours as we did not have a solid template when we started.
Another one of our goals was to create a urine score chart for our patients to create a more reliable medical record. Although we did not complete this, due to timing, we do recommend this be another task for future SLC students. We also created skip sheets, which stand for Supervisor Communication Information on Patients. This helped for communication during crossover shifts for supervisors. We also updated and refreshed the kennel care manual to help guide our students through kennel care.
As a committee, we were very successful in completing our goals and projects. Our completed goals and projects allowed us to acknowledge our strengths and weaknesses as a committee. We feel that our biggest strength was our communication, whether it be via Microsoft Teams or in person. Our good communication allowed us to adapt and be receptive to new ideas, as well as acknowledge when it was acceptable to ask for help.
We as a committee felt our biggest weakness was during the first 2 weeks of supervising surgery students, since we were learning on the go of what this role had fully entailed for us. Another was getting information on patients and who to follow up with. Our committee was sometimes left out of the loop, which may reflect badly on us, since we are the supervisors and who should have been the first point of contact on what to do next. Our third was a lack of collaboration on projects between the other teams and our committee. We had a few crossovers, but not as many as we wanted, as there's both a lack of ideas and we're all very busy.
As we have had a very successful year, here are some recommendations we have for next year's team. Proper time management is one of the most important factors to a smooth running committee, as it maximizes efficiency and productivity, reduces stress, and helps you maintain a healthy school life balance. Communication amongst your committee with the Ed Lab techs helps prevent conflict within the clinic and engages in collaboration. Communication between you and your peers helps relay of crucial information about patients, creates a supportive environment, and strengthens relationships. Lastly, you must be flexible and adaptable as unexpected situations arise. Now we'd like to welcome Horse Care to the stage.
I'm Annika. I'm from Edmonton, Alberta, and I'm doing my practicum at White Mud Crossing Animal Hospital in Edmonton, Alberta.
My name is Sydney Rentschler. I'm from Castor, Alberta, and I will be doing my practicum at Iron Creek Veterinary Hospital in Sedgwick, Alberta.
I'm Raina Murphy. I'm from Moosomin, Saskatchewan, and I'm doing my practicum at Moore's Equine in Calgary, Alberta.
I'm Tori Towers. I'm from Red Deer, Alberta. I will be completing my practicum at Innisfail Veterinary Services in Innisfail, Alberta, and I'm the chair of Horse Care. An overview of horse care duties included creating a schedule for first and second semester, supervising the first and second year AHTs and VMAs, as well as leading the extra horse care shift. We also tended to the individual needs of the horses by providing daily medications to Blue for his navicular and heaves, giving Howie extra feed due to his age, and occasionally treating Jackson's uveitis.
Some goals we accomplished this year was working with the horses on behavioral issues such as picking up their feet. We updated the Horse Care Bible to include all the horses and their care needs, like Blue's medication for his navicular and heaves, monitoring Jackson's uveitis, and giving Howie extra feed to maintain his weight and improve his chronic diarrhea. We had an extra horse care shift during the week so first years, second years, and VMAs could have more experience with the horses. We wanted to get the horses some mental enrichment since they seemed to be getting bored, so we got them some exercise balls, and they've been really enjoying them. One ongoing project we had was inquiring about chiropractic work. We put together a proposal, but due to the budget, we weren't able to move forward with it this year.
As a committee, we felt we had many strengths this year. We had great communication whenever it came to any changes in the feeding routines or morning feeding schedules. We worked as a team and supported each other whenever something came up that required more than one person to complete. Being organized and reliable played a great role when we were organizing extra horse care shifts as we were working around our labs as well as the first years and VMAs.
With our strengths this year did come some weaknesses, the first being, unfortunately, we weren't able to complete all of the goals we had set for ourselves this semester. The big one, as mentioned, was getting the chiropractor out to see the geldings at the college. Thus said, it was a budgeting issue. However, we do recommend this go further if possible next year. Another weakness is tackling the Alberta weather as it's ever changing. So we run into some issues completing our weekly tasks if it was too cold, such as our extra horse care shifts and bringing Howie in to wash his hindquarters.
For future horse care committees, we highly recommend that you continue doing extra horse care shifts, as this is an additional hands-on experience that your peers can have. Complete necessary treatments, continue working with behavioral issues so they crop in lab, replacing enrichments to keep them entertained, and record treatments as this is a form of communication with others. I would now like to welcome Clinic Duty to the stage.
My name's Katie Bonato. I'm from Edmonton, Alberta, and I'll be doing my practicum at Crestwood Veterinary Center in Edmonton, Alberta.
I'm Kirsten Talsma. I'm from Mornville, Alberta, and I'll be doing my practicum at Erin Ridge Clinic in St. Albert, Alberta.
My name is Kaylee Phillips. I'm from Black Falls, Alberta, and I will be completing my practicum at Cedarwood Veterinary Emergency Hospital in Black Falls, Alberta.
I'm Elle Davis. I'm from Lethbridge, Alberta, and I'll be doing my practicum at Vermilion Veterinary Clinic in Vermilion, Alberta. I am as well the committee chair for this committee. Clinic Duty Committee is responsible for the cleanliness and organization of the clinic. We maintain this by scheduling and supervising first and second year AHTs and VMAs for their clinic duty shifts. During this, they complete daily and deep cleaning of rooms. We are as well responsible for keeping lab areas well stocked.
As a committee at the beginning of the year, we set out to achieve some goals and projects we wanted to complete by the end of the year. One of our first goals we were able to complete was our clinic duty folders. We got new folders that were easier to find and easier to disinfect, as well as updated the checklist inside to include any new information we received and remove any irrelevant checks that were no longer needed. We also created a clinic duty crash course video this year, as after the first few weeks of clinic duty, we noticed first years and VMAs were struggling grasping the concept of what clinic duty was. This video tells them what their duties are during their clinic duty shift, where to find restock items, how to fill chemicals, and what to tell their supervisor. We also, at the end of last semester, implemented autoclave cycle tracking sheets, as autoclaves need to be cleaned every 50 cycles, and with first years starting surgeries in second semester, they're going to be used quite more often, so these cycle tracking sheets allow us to keep track of when the autoclaves have hit their 50 cycles and need to be cleaned in order to be kept working properly.
Another project we completed was opening supervising up to 2 supervisors in first semester. This helped eliminate miscommunication and take pressure off of having 1 supervisor. In second semester, we opened up supervising to all AHT second years. This helped give others a chance to be in a supervising role where they may not have been able to be in one. A project that we were unable to complete was cupboard pictures. This would have helped first years become more efficient at setting up for surgery, but keeping the clinic organized at the same time. We were unable to complete this through miscommunication and poor time management within our committee. The final project, which we were unable to complete, was introducing first years to committee roles. This would have helped first years become more comfortable with clinic duty in general. We were unable to complete this due to quick turnaround time coming back from winter break and not having enough time to figure out how it would work.
We as clinic duty feel we excelled in our strengths. We would equally share ideas when needed, and when working on projects, we split the duties diligently. We also completed numerous important tasks throughout the year and met most of our goals. Along with regular clinic duty supervising, we did the crash course video and updated our Bible, as well as many other things. We feel we were highly productive during this year. We also faced a number of problems, but we would always face them as a team and come up with a solution.
We faced many challenges throughout the year, especially as we made changes to clinic duty. We changed the start time, which caused some confusion about when to show up. We also introduced having 2 supervisors instead of 1, which meant another layer of communication needed to happen. The second area that we struggled with was planning. We all had very busy and different schedules, and we often found it difficult to meet regularly as a committee. And the last area was chemicals. We had several chemical mixing incidents throughout the year, such as chemicals weren't being mixed properly or were put into the wrong bottle. We sent out multiple reminders to triple check labels and to ask your supervisor if you have any questions, but it continued to happen. The chemicals that had been mixed up ended up being locked away, so only the lab techs had access to them.
These are some recommendations that we have for next year's committee. Always work as a team and effectively communicate, as this is the backbone of a healthy and strong committee. Lean on and trust each other. It would also be beneficial to have weekly team meetings when possible so you can always stay up to date on tasks. Continue to add to the Bible, as this is a very helpful tool for students in years to come so they can slide into their roles more easily. Keep instructions clear and precise to eliminate errors or any rooms for misunderstandings that may arise. And lastly, open up supervising to all second-year AHT students. This will help everyone gain a supervision role and will help take some of the workload off of the clinic duty committee. I would now like to welcome to the stage the supply management committee.
Hi, my name is Jessica Freilich. I'm from Dalmeny, Saskatchewan. I'm doing my practicum at the Frontier Animal Hospital in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
My name is Sheraton Giesbrecht. I'm from Bluffton, Alberta, and I'll be completing my practicum at Okotoks, Alberta.
My name is Abigail Crandall. I am from Sherwood Park, Alberta, and will be completing my practicum at the Farm Animal Hospital in Leduc, Alberta. Additionally, I'm the subcommittee chair. Our overview outlines some of our general duties as a subcommittee, which ensure that the Animal Health Clinic here at Lakeland College has adequate, accurate, and up-to-date stock to help maintain the labs and events that are put on. This also allows for flow between the groups of student veterinary professionals, ed lab techs, and staff.
Our goals and projects consist of completing and organizing a binder and Bible that made sense. We also made changes to Avamark, which included organizing items as to which room they were located in. This made our inventories more efficient. With our expiry products, we flagged the soon-to-be or expired products. This was phased out due to our expiry database being more accurate.
Next is our strengths and weaknesses as a committee. Starting off with our strengths, that we felt that because of our small committee, we had good communication and organization, making it easier to meet and complete our goals. In addition, we felt it helped with our time management, as we were able to complete everything efficiently, including our monthly inventories, WDDC orders, and our Bible. We also had to have good flexibility because our plans changed often and we needed to complete everything quickly. For our weaknesses, we felt that we struggled with some communication between the other CO subcommittees, as not being aware of the use and need of products within the clinic. Secondly, finding availability between us and the Ed Lab techs was a challenge. We had to work around their schedule and ours as we required their assistance for many of our projects. Lastly, keeping an accurate inventory proved difficult because of the movement of products within the clinic.
Recommendations we are providing for the next year are laid out as follows. Ed Lab techs play a vital role in ensuring we are able to complete all of our duties as we often need access into the clinic and online. Additionally, we suggest monthly inventories in the first semester to help understand and get to know the stock that we use here, which lead into bi-monthly inventories in the second semester to account for our shortened second semester. Prioritization of these inventories is very important as they set the baseline to what we require within our clinic. Lastly, we suggest a 3-person subcommittee due to the weight and the layout of our jobs and duties. As they say, there is such thing as too many cooks in the kitchen. Please help me in welcoming back our executive members.
Over these past 7 months, we felt we were very successful as a team and have some recommendations for next year's Team CO in order for them to also be successful. Communication is a huge part of this team, whether that be within the team, within your committees, or between students and staff. Having good and open communication allows you to work better as a team, which is another key component to being on Team CO. Dividing your duties amongst each other and supporting each other when needed takes a little bit of the weight of the workload that comes with being on Team CO off your shoulders and makes your life just a little bit easier. We also recommend keeping an open mind to new ideas that come to your team and finding ways to implement them and make them work for you.
Overall, this year, we thought team clinic organization worked together wonderfully. We were very supportive of each other and always had each other's backs. We were quick to step up and lend a hand whenever necessary, and being the busy team that we are, we managed to keep things fun and entertaining while staying on top of our productivity. We had a couple of fun team bonding evenings, which included activities such as bowling, escape rooms, cupcake decorating, and ice cream. And another thing we wanted to mention, as you heard all of the subcommittees talk about, was our Bible, or our how-to. This was a project that was uncompleted for 2 years, so we're very proud to say that we did get it into one binder this year. Another thing we wanted to mention, if you are unaware, this is Ben, one of our sweet geldings, who unfortunately earlier this year, due to his declining health, had to be euthanized. We wanted to thank current and past students for loving and caring for Ben, and it was an honor to get to know him during our time here at Lakeland College. And one last thing that I hope you take away from our presentation in general and from SLC is it prepares you for life and for in-clinic, and something that our faculty advisor, Melissa, has taught us is to find what lights your fire and run with it.
Thank you to everyone who has contributed to our journey as animal health technology students. I would now like to welcome the rest of Team CO back to stage.
Oh my God, I can.
I would now like to welcome any questions from the audience.
Yes, as we said, time management was one of our big things. One of our biggest things was it's hard to get everyone in the room at the same time because someone's supervising clinic duty, someone's supervising horse care, someone's got a kennel care shift. So I think something that I don't think there's necessarily anything we would do differently, but just, pardon my pause, make sure you
relay the information.
Yeah, and it's hard to manage your time with, we do have lots of quick turnaround times. So coming back from winter break, we had 2 days to make our schedule, make sure we had all the students in there that we needed. So time management, it was a big thing for us, but with our quick turnaround times, not that it makes up for it, but
how we touched on learning how to think on your feet. That's a big one, because you hit the ground running in this team, so just rolling with the punches, man. Yep. Any other questions?
How would you recommend correlating with other SLC teams? I know, I touched on that was one of the weaknesses we had this year. Just trying to find ways to, work as we felt like Team CO is a very like behind the scenes kind of thing. We do all this stuff within the clinic, and we try opening up things and allowing everybody to get some Team CO experience, but just finding ways to work with like, oh, maybe PR, like you can work with other teams to show this is what the clinic, this is what the biosecurity inside of the clinics, and show awareness to that. It's more than just being a tech and like with patients all the time. There's a lot to it. So just working with the other teams to show awareness of what clinic and like Team CO is as a whole, if that answers your question.
To add to that, I know that our team specifically thought about possibly collaborating with retail to help market some of their products if we use any of our surgery patients or any of our own pets.
Experience, my friend. So it's, like I said, this team, SLC in general, and this team, I think, not especially, but you're busy on this team, no more than the other teams. However, you do have to find a balance. You are often at the clinic, so learn how to pack a good lunch. I think we can recommend, again, it just ties back into time management, and make sure that you take care of yourself. That is a huge thing in this program that we are all huge advocates for, is make sure you take care of yourself and then worry about the other things. Yeah, yes.
I guess like one of the big pros I know for me joining the team was no matter what committee I was on, I knew that I was going to be able to take what I learned from that committee and put it into my career. No matter, like each committee you take something from it, and that was a big thing that drew me to like Team CO, was that you get hands-on experience in every single committee. In every single committee, you're learning more about, like I said, like the behind-the-scenes work of what happens to keep a clinic functioning and working properly.
She's unrecognizable. I think it was a healthy mix of both. A lot of us in the class and on the team did get a summer clinical experience, which I think just drove us even further. We're all pretty well a good type of the same personality type on this team, type A, organized, woo. Personally, it drove me, I love organizing things. I know supply management is the organization group. Would you guys like to touch on that at all? Anyone else want to share if it drove you or burnt you out?
I know for our team, a lot of times because we have to be at the clinic at very early hours and very late hours to make sure our patients are being taken care of, it was really crazy, especially with having a full class schedule and very long labs. You'd have really busy days, and like my team said, you would spend most of your days at the clinic, so pack a good lunch. So it definitely was exhausting, but it does really teach you time management, and kind of if you do like maybe a little crazier situation, it's something you might want to do.
For my experience, it prepared myself to what to expect in clinic. Like, you have to be there early in the morning to take care of patients. You have to be feeding, they have to be fed regularly. You can't just leave that alone. So it has to be done. Walking your patients, making sure your clinic is organized, being the last ones to leave. Because as techs, that's what we do. The vets may leave early because they have to go somewhere else, but as techs, we spend the evening there making sure that the clinic is ready for the next day.
I wanted to add to that. I personally felt I never wanted it out on Team CO. I loved being behind the scenes and kind of being a part of what helps the clinic run so smoothly. And every day it just helped build my confidence even more, and it just makes me more excited to be on my practicum and be out in the real world.
That is the timer for the SLC hour submission. That is what that is, everybody.
First years, submit your hours.
Yes.
I love a couple of things that you said. Number one, we get to learn how to think on our feet and troubleshoot. That is so important when you get in the real world. I love somebody else mentioned that it's problem solving that you get to do, and you guys call them strengths and opportunities. So I really like that. My question is around supervision.
Okay.
What is your advice for next year's supervisors?
Definitely, you're not going to know what you're getting into. That's like one big thing. It's supervising. It's scary, but work through it. Like I know as a clinic duty committee, we started with one supervisor and then we decided to change it to 2. It takes that workload off. So definitely like 2 supervisors. I think for all the ones that have supervisors, it's a big thing, and just work through it as a team. If something comes up, you're unsure, find ways to make it work for you, and just, Melissa, don't start crying. Yeah.
I think a big thing for supervisors, one of the biggest things that we touched on was communication between supervisors and students. And that is like our soil of this team is communication. So I think that's. Yes, so with our updated Bibles, it is like it's got everything. Yeah, it's got everything. So.
Like onto that, the clinic duty committee, we made a very, very detailed. I did my best to make it as detailed as possible. Supervisor manual for the clinic duty committee next year, so that they know where to find things. Because I found out we had something by somebody else being like, "Is this what you use for this?" So it lays out exactly where it's all found, and that's all in the Bible and everything like that. So yeah.
In the back, yeah. So the question was, is there a step-by-step for the first years? We can't give you everything, but we do. There is a very, these Bibles are detailed, people. You first years, you guys will understand when you see them. I do think, I don't want to say we have set you up, but you are, you're pretty stable from the previous years. I found we were pretty stable from the last year's Team CO, what they left us. We could run with it. We did update a lot of it this year, but I'm just saying what we're giving you guys. It's great. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah. Your car to get to the clinic. No.
Honestly, it all comes back to communication and like managing your time. So you have to figure out your weekly schedule, and I think a lot of us are like that. We're type A. We want to be organized. We want to know what's happening, where we have to go after our last class. So I know personally for our subcommittee, we use Teams a lot to help manage our time and what we needed to accomplish. So if we needed to touch on something, like we got the weekly day patient schedule from our clinic manager, Sarah, we would say that we got it, when can everybody meet this week? Or when do we have time? And then it's just making sure that you pencil it in and you know that, okay, after my last 4:30 class, we're going to the clinic, it's probably gonna take an hour, and then I can go home and do X, Y, Z. Does that answer your question?
Any other questions? Or is that...
Oh, yeah. Yes, there was a lot of like working together within the clinic, because we are kind of the behind the scenes kennel care and clinic duty and supply management. And horse care, we all work together. Like personally on my subcommittee, kennel care, with supplies such as Fortiflora and Hydrocare. Those are crucial things that our patients receive every day when they're in our clinic. So it's up to clinic duty to make sure those are stocked, but it's also up to supply management that those are in the clinic and available for us to retrieve when we need them.
As well as, I think all of our subcommittees have to work together. Kennel care, horse care, and clinic duty all make our own schedules, so we have to bounce those schedules off of each other in order to make sure that they all coordinate. And let me tell you, they get rewritten a lot because there's a lot of people and there's crossovers everywhere. So that's another thing that we really have to collaborate on, is making sure those get done properly and in a timely fashion, so we all work together and to get those done as quickly as possible. Does that answer your question? Okay, thank you. So as the last team, we wanted to say thank you so much for sticking around to watch all 3 presentations. We weren't sure how to exit the stage, so PR, how do you feel about some crowd surfing? I don't know. But thank you all so much for coming to watch the Student-Led Clinic 2023-24 presentations. We can't thank you enough for sticking around and watching. So yeah, thank you.
help me in congratulating all these young people again on an excellent job. Appreciate all the hard work that goes into this. I know these are not easy. So I'd really like to show my appreciation to the faculty and staff that do a lot of work behind the scenes for this to happen as well. They do an awesome job. So congratulations on preparing these young people for their career in animal health technology. And I know you can all breathe now and can take a breath, and public speaking's your forte now. But congratulations again, and I hope you have a good evening socializing. I know that's probably going to happen for some of you as you take a break and realize what you've done. And good luck on your final exams coming up this next week as well. So congratulations again, and good luck.